To immigrate to Canada as a permanent resident, you would need to apply either using the Express Entry Pathway or the Provincial Nomination Pathway. Now, the Express Entry Pathway is run by the Canadian government itself, and it seeks to fill labour shortages all around Canada. The Provincial Nomination Pathway is run by the provinces, and it seeks to fill labour shortages or labour gaps only in the province. The difference is that for Express Entry Pathways, if you come into Canada using that pathway, you can work anywhere in Canada, land anywhere in Canada, and move whenever you want to move, as opposed to the Provincial Nomination Pathway, where you choose the province you want to and land there and work there for a considerable number of years before you can leave that province. Nevertheless, the Provincial Nomination Pathway has become one of the easiest ways to migrate to Canada as a permanent resident because of its requirements. Its requirements, for example, the CRS score required under the Provincial Nomination Pathways are not as high as they are under the Express Entry Pathway. The Express Entry Pathways normally have the very high CRS cutoff score, and that is where most people struggle. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra Ogbonna, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the easiest ways to migrate to Canada as a permanent resident using the Provincial Nomination Pathway in 2023. I'm going to be talking about provincial nomination pathways, which are quite easy for candidates or immigrants to migrate to Canada as permanent residents. Number one on my list is Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan has its in-demand occupation stream, and then it also has an express entry stream. Its in-demand occupation stream actually operates using an expression of interest system. And what this basically means is that candidates would need to express their interest in migrated to Canada as permanent residents under this in-demand occupation stream. And to do that, candidates would definitely need to have at least 1 year experience in an occupation under one of its in-demand occupation lists. Now, the experience should not be under its excluded list. Secondly, candidates would need to have a post-secondary school qualification or certification, which is either a diploma or a degree or something in that regard. Candidates will also need to be able to speak English or French. That means you need to write one of those IELTS tests or TOEFL tests. Thirdly, candidates would need to score a minimum of 60 points under their own scoring system. Under this Saskatchewan's express entry stream, basically you just need to have an express entry profile. You need to have experience or indicate that you have experience under one of its in-demand occupation lists, and you need to indicate in that profile that Saskatchewan is where you want to land and where you want to live and work as a permanent resident. Once their draws are conducted, you could be nominated and given an extra 600 points, which will accelerate your points to well above a regular express entry applicant and secure your invitation to apply for a permanent residence. If you've been enjoying all of the information I've been putting out, please like and subscribe. This will encourage me to do more videos. Thank you very much. The second province on my list is actually the Alberta Express Entry Stream. Alberta is home to some of Canada's thriving cities, which are Calgary and Edmonton. And Alberta is arguably one of the richest provinces in Canada. It has a very strong economic growth, and it also has high job opportunities or many job opportunities. Alberta Express Entry Stream also works similarly to that of Saskatchewan. Candidates are picked from the express entry pool. So if you have an express entry profile and you indicate that Alberta is where you would like to land, live, and work as a permanent resident, and your job experience falls under one of its occupation in demand, then you stand a chance of actually being nominated by the province. Alberta selects candidates who have CRS scores as low as 300. So the advantage of this provincial nomination program of Alberta is that candidates with very low CRS scores also stand a chance of being nominated to become permanent residents in Canada. Nevertheless, there are several factors that can actually also increase your chances of being nominated by the province of Alberta. One is if you have a relative, a direct relative, either a father or a mother or a son or daughter or a brother or sister, direct relative resident in Canada as a permanent resident or citizen. This gives you a better chance of being nominated. Nevertheless, if you do not have this, it does not mean that the province will still not nominate you. I'm quite aware of some people who actually do not have any relative but whose job fell under the occupation in demand and who were nominated by Alberta and who are currently in Alberta as permanent residents. Having a job offer or having work experience in Alberta could also increase your chances of being nominated. A completed educational qualification from any Canadian institution could also give you a better chance of being nominated. Once candidates are nominated, getting an automatic 600 points would definitely increase their chances to become invited to apply as permanent residents in Canada. Because of Alberta's low CRS score requirement, this provincial nomination has actually become a preferred one by many candidates. The third is going to be the Ontario Human Capital Priority Stream. Ontario is Canada's most popular destination for new immigrants. Newcomers are often drawn to Toronto and its high-paying tech jobs. Ontario has one of the highest quotas when compared to other provinces that want to nominate candidates to become permanent residents in Canada. The Ontario Human Capital Priority Stream is great because it prioritizes candidates who have skilled work experience. Just like Saskatchewan and Alberta, the Alberta Human Capital Priority Stream also operates using the express entry system. Prospective candidates must have an active express entry profile, must have a CRS score of at least 400. This is when compared to that of Alberta, which is 300. For Ontario, it is 400. If your work experience falls under its in-demand occupation or under its demand list, then you could stand the chance of being nominated. Ontario also offers a stream for French-speaking skilled workers. So if you have the ability to speak French at an intermediate level or even at an advanced level, then you stand a chance of actually being nominated by the province under this stream. Because of its high immigration quota, Ontario holds several draws frequently, and this makes it one of the easiest ways to migrate to Canada as a permanent resident because their draws are conducted frequently. The fourth on my list is Nova Scotia's Labour Market Priority Stream. Nova Scotia is known for its easy breezy lifestyle and low cost of living. Now, candidates who are interested in choosing Nova Scotia as a place where they would like to live, land, or live as permanent residents, live and work as permanent residents, can indicate under their express entry profile that Nova Scotia is where they would like to migrate to. Now, if their jobs or work experience are under Nova Scotia's in-demand or list or under their shortage labor gap list, then those candidates stand a chance of actually being nominated by the province of Nova Scotia when draws are conducted. In Canada, Nova Scotia is considered one of the easiest provinces to get a PR. Just like the other express entry streams, once nominated, candidates automatically get an extra 600 scores in addition to whatever their scores were under the express entry profile, and they can be sure or guaranteed an invitation to apply as permanent residents once the next express entry draws are conducted. In conclusion, Canada has more than 80 provincial nomination programs. It can be quite difficult to choose which nomination program to choose from. I hope that this video has been of value to you and that it gives you some guidance with regards to which nomination program to apply through. So this brings me to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys.